Okay, I muted. Hello, everyone. Um, hi. Okay, let me move this. Hi. Welcome to another Saturday of our live stream. This week will be we're doing something fun this week. Streaming. Sorry, it's too early. It's very early. We have like a couple of things to sort out today. So, welcome again. Today we are doing something exciting. We're going to be streaming and building something exciting because uh we do this every Saturday. Our Saturday was a 12-hour stream, and also I don't plan this intro. That's why I'm saying random stuff. But yeah, so welcome uh to today's live stream. We'll be doing something crazy today, CSS related, and it's something that we just thought of and like okay, let's do this live. Um, yeah, so without further ado, let me introduce myself. I'm Tobiloba. I'm a software engineer. I'm a developer advocate. And yeah, I enjoy like streaming a lot and just doing stuff in public. Uh, with a lot of open source as well. So to my yeah, to this side of my screen, I have Emmanuel, and he's going to introduce himself. So I always like try to figure out about the screen is. So yeah, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, David. It's a good day, everyone. Very bright morning. Yeah, super pumped for this one. So yeah, we're here again for another live stream. Today we're working CSS. Yeah, which is always fun. So my name is Manuel. I'm a software engineer. I do love open source. Yeah, I love streaming, and yeah, we have some fun. We had we also had like a record amount of audience last week, so I'm hoping to beat that or we get something to that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. Let me test it.
I said your voice is
Can you hear
sounding
me?
faint. Like your voice is sounding faint. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh, I don't know. Probably it's my something else doing my speaker. But can you hear me now? Is it good now?
Yeah, I can, but like I don't know, it was just sounding faint for me. Like like your voice was like maybe fading or something. I don't know. Probably nothing.
All right.
But no problem. Um, yeah, let's dive right into today's stream. Yeah, you mind sharing your screen?
Uh,
Or should I share mine?
yeah, sure. You kind of like some.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Sharing my screen now. Sure. I may have to share a tab though. Uh, yeah. Let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see screen. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so this so welcome to everybody watching. We're excited to have you here. So yeah, this is our awesome nice another awesome Saturday live stream that we're doing. Um, yeah, so let's dive right into this. Is it big enough, or should I like expand or something?
I think it's good.
Okay, awesome. Uh, yeah, Dev.2 has a I think they have a policy thing. They like to keep the text big, so regardless of zoom in or zoom out. So yeah, what I mean by one CSS framework akin to Tailwind CSS. So what is Tailwind? Wait. Before we even dive into this, Emmanuel, would you like to like talk about what CSS frameworks are like? From your experience.
All right, sure. So basically, CSS framework. So what's the framework to start with? So like
Mhm.
a framework from like literal meaning or like a literal definition generally outside coding or programming is
Mhm.
kind of like let's say it's like a support system, right? So you have a particular structure, right? And you build a framework for that structure. So the framework serves as support for the structure you built, and it helps you like build a lot of other stuff on top of whatever it is you have already. That's what framework generally means. So now, in terms of like coding or programming, framework is basically picking up a language or a tool, right? Building on that language, right? And doing a lot of abstraction on the language, right? Just like make it easier for developers basically to do certain things with the language, and yeah. So that's what framework. Now in CSS, the idea of a framework in CSS is just to, I don't know, probably reduce the lines of code that you write, right? Compared to like normal CSS, I have to define classes and you know print the CSS file that integrating your styles. So with your framework, like Tailwind, for example, which is a utility first framework, you just have like you just attach those styles directly in your class or your class name, right? And you get your styles directly. So what it just means is basically they just do like some abstraction, right? And give you like um very very distinctive and very short CSS commands or CSS style basically that you can just put, and then those styles are later like compiled back to normal CSS. That's just basically it. So at the end of the day, it still reads as CSS to the browser because the browser doesn't understand the wind or whatever framework it is they are working with. So your framework still has to compile back to CSS for it to be used on the browser. So that's basically what
Yeah, I agree. That makes total sense. Because I mean, nowadays, you know, I mean, I still write like vanilla CSS and maybe SAS or something, but like
yeah,
uh, but frameworks are like a go-to nowadays. So many people use them. Um, for like building UIs faster and stuff.
yeah,
But some of us still like maybe prefer I don't know being able to have control over our own CSS, which is great. But to some extent, I mean, it's just preferences whether I use a framework or not. Um,
yeah,
I enjoy Tailwind because kind of like it is a framework, but it sort of like gives me that control like I would if I was using normal CSS, so I could like write my own styles, just like that, and okay, this is what this should be doing and stuff like that. So like I would if I was writing like vanilla CSS and attaching it to an element, and also it saves you the stress of having to think about what to name your class. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
that.
yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of like the two reasons actually. Number one is uh, the class naming, and number two is media queries. Right, so with Tailwind, like building responsive design is super easy. You just have to like, attach these good points that comes from Tailwind. So those are the two reasons, main reasons why I like Tailwind so much.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, like great points there. Um, yeah. So without further ado, um, let's just like dive right into what's his name? Akshay Rajput's article. Um, what's the name? So what is Tailwind? So he talked about Tailwind. You see two classes that can be put together to build components directly in your markup. Really end up writing actual CSS. Why make my own framework? I was like walking us through his process to gain a better understanding of how it works and test my CSS skills. I'll show you some of my React projects to test its usability. Okay, nice. Give a link. So in utility-based CSS framework, you start by applying pre-existing classes directly in your HTML. Check below an example card that's made with Mint UI. So you design like Joey Tribbiani. If there are any Friends fans here in the comments, you know Joey Tribbiani. But yeah, cool one though.
Yeah.
Made in Mint UI. So I'm just going to show Mint UI maybe after this article. So they said the above card can be created with a bunch of useful utility classes as shown in the below code snippets. So it shows us a very nice code snippet. Okay, I see the what would I call it? What's it called? The camel casing for some class names. If you are very familiar with Tailwind, you know that this is not a thing. But yeah, like yeah, I see this is a lot of like naming for classes, but honestly, like you can actually recreate this kind of experience in your HTML if you just like I don't know created multiple classes and you're just appending them like this. But you need to wait for like the I don't know the styles to not clash with one another or something. I guess that's what CSS frameworks are very good at handling some things because you don't want styles to start like um how would I say it, to start conflicting or something. But yeah, this looks good. It looks like the experience of what you would get from a CSS framework. What do you think, Emmanuel?
Uh, yeah, sure. I think you mentioned something about the camera piece. I think,
Mm-hmm.
I think if you, I think what it's trying to do, it wasn't, I didn't want to like go the route of like having to build something, having his own look exactly like their wind, right? So I think that's why I wanted to do like camera piece. And yeah, definitely, this definitely looks like what CSS framework, considerably utility based. Uh,
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, great points there. So let's get started. So before starting, I'd like to point out some important points to keep in mind. Make sure each utility class does only one thing. Yeah, if you remember my point of like clashing styles, um, this is where this is the points that actually brings that to life. So make sure each utility class does only one thing. Class name should be explicit and follow some convention whereby it's easier to predict other classes. For example, MB2. If I saw this, I probably would think margin bottom. I think that was one of the things that made me to learn Tailwind so quickly because if I don't know if you actually have written CSS before and you move to Tailwind, you probably would understand like the joy of it. Because if you think about it, you see MB, you see PB, you see PL, CPR, or you see what other one is an abbreviation. I think the rest are mostly just words. Like yeah, but like if you see things like that, or you see W,
There's like
or you see H,
PSPY for like horizontal and vertical.
yeah, exactly, PXPY. If you see those kinds of things, I don't know, it just kind of like tells you if you've written here, if you have
Mm-hmm.
like enough experience writing CSS, um, you
Yeah,
just it just makes sense to you, exactly. And but yeah, like if I yeah, honestly, it's a very nice experience. So let's get started.
sure.
Before starting out, I would like to point out some important points to keep in mind when making a utility CSS framework. Uh, yeah, so make sure you guys doing one thing. Yeah, class name should be explicit and follow some convention where it's easier to predict other classes. For example, I follow camel case to name classes, pointed that out. So they said use a CSS preprocessor like SAS, which allows you to use
Mm-hmm.
use loops, so you can easily generate classes. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So Emmanuel, I know you write SAS. I also write SAS, but like, in your experience, what would you like? I don't know. How would you describe the experience using a preprocessor? I know there's SAS, there's less, there's a couple of other ones like that. But I've used SAS a
Yeah.
lot too, and I think you have as well. So what do you think of like CSS processors?
Uh, yeah, I think with SaaS, there are like a lot of benefits that you can actually from using uh systems like SaaS. So basically, it still compiles to CSS, right? Or you have this like extra, let's say, extra advantage. So right, because with SaaS you can do like a loop. right? Which normally you wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
able to do in a normal CSS file.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So you could even could add like mixins, several cool stuff, sure. So
Yeah.
basically, I think the idea of preprocessors for me are like actually cool, and you can even have like nexting, like deeply nexted, um,
Mm-hmm.
deeply
I
nexted
think that's
classes. So
that's supported in
yeah,
CSS now, though.
yeah,
But
but
does CSS support deep nesting?
yeah, it does now. But I think the issue is some old browsers not yet
Oh,
compatible with some old browsers. Yeah,
no, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
that's the issue. But I support nexting now. Yeah.
Mm,
So yeah,
okay.
so for
Okay, I
me
see.
that's like
I
so
think
yeah,
that makes
SAS
sense.
is
Like,
SAS is actually very good.
hmm. So yeah, preprocessors. I know they like makes you write CSS like super easy and in a much more improved experience. Like if you've written any programming language in general and you're writing
Yeah.
CSS, and you maybe want to like do crazy stuff like I don't know, creating a variable, which you can do in CSS by the way, or maybe you want to write a for loop or write a condition or write functions. Actually, you can even write functions in there. They call them
Yeah.
mixins. So you can do that in like SAS, for example. So it just gives you that like very nice program, that's a experience to like you write maybe a block of code in SAS and it probably compiles to like maybe it's file, maybe like 80 or 50 lines or something of CSS code or something. But yeah, and I mean you're just like writing on your own and you're moving on with your life. But yeah, that's what preprocessors are meant for, anyways, just to help you write CSS better experience. So you said with that out of the way, let's start. So you created a main.sas file. So this will compile to CSS in the end, import any partials which I will create later. That I compiles together and
Yeah.
you get a single SAS CSS file with all the classes. Yeah, this is very valid. You can actually create your own CSS framework directly with CSS. That makes sense, anyways. But like you just like have predefined classes and stuff. But I don't know, it's just
Mm-hmm.
easier to use a preprocessor because there are so many things you probably want to just write conditionals for or like write a for loop for or something, and you probably don't want to write do the manual work of writing that CSS yourself. If you write this in SAS, you could
Yeah.
have just compiled that back to CSS and you still just in the end you're still using CSS anyways. You can't use your SAS directly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So reset browser defaults. It starts with some CSS resets. Uh, this if you are familiar with CSS reset, I think you should know. I
Yeah.
think you should know. I think you should know this. Probably or you probably use it somewhere somehow. So come up with your color palette. You need to decide on all the colors that you want to provide in your framework. These colors can be used to generate classes to color the background, text, border, etc. Again, if you're familiar with CSS, you probably have seen these around. So example,
Yeah.
in Mint UI, it means you have added 10 colors. So I think Mint UI was a framework he built to just like showcase the proof of concept for the CSS framework. So it showed us like its color palette here with some like predefined colors. And it says now create classes based on your colors. uh yeah, like start creating like setting classes each. So this is like kind of a loop if I'm not mistaken in SAS. Color
Yeah.
name, color value, and colors is looping through this kind of like, did I say object vibe of just kind of thing in SAS. And then it's just like doing
Yeah.
bg color name, background color, set that color. So BG is what you would use to call background color, and then border same. If you did a text as well, same as well. So yeah, you just like pass in maybe white or oh no, you have to pass in the value. Yeah, the color name. So it's just be
Yeah. The
yeah,
name
exactly.
and
So it's
then the
just like
value. Yeah. The
exactly,
color code.
exactly. So it's just like border. I don't know, border white, border transparent or something, something. So he added the spacing units as well, wrote the same for loop, um, did the same kind of vibe with M side, M space, and did some grid layout support as well. Added flex layouts,
Yeah.
added support for responsiveness, really thorough framework here. And in HTML, you can change these classes like to achieve a different layout, different breakpoints. So I did other utility classes, font weight, all those things. So now in this is so you compiled. So we need to import these partials into main.css, SAS, and compile this entire file to CSS. So now if you don't know how to compile styles, you can use this VS Code extension. So there's a very cool VS Code extension used by Ritwik Day. If you use Live Server, you probably know Ritwik Day is like the OG,
Yeah,
that the first person.
I think
So
I
it's
think he
yeah.
has. I think he works for Microsoft because
Oh really?
most of the extensions he built.
Microsoft
I'm not
frameworks,
sure.
Microsoft
Yeah, they're
extensions.
like yeah, but I'm not
Oh,
sure.
didn't. I mean, we could just look him up too on Google or something. Who is Ritwik
Yeah.
Day? So yeah, you can
I,
use like this
I
cool
remember
framework like
when
they pointed out. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I remember when I just started like HTML,
Mm-hmm.
CSS. When just something like you make a change, right? You just like
Yeah.
go live with like live server. Yeah, just go live. Before I used to like do it manually, right? So I didn't know there was like that live server extension. So I would like go to my file and we go to the HTML file and try to open it
Yeah.
on yeah, open it to the browser with like my phone or something. That's what I used to do before. Once I found out about the live server, since then I would just go live and
Directly. You
and be
don't even
like,
need to.
oh yeah, this
Exactly. Yeah. So cool stuff. Like really great guy, by the way. We took the shout out to him because I know you. So yeah, I'm about to a single CSS file, and but then he pointed out limitations. I've created most of the basic classes needed for utility-based framework, but there's still a lot of use cases that I haven't covered. For example, more breakpoints can be added, overall focus states can be added as well. Purging of unused CSS isn't available. Um, Great guy. Shout out to Akshay Rajput. So let's actually see his main UI. Um, or we could skip that and maybe start building. What do you suggest, Manu?
uh I think I think we can skip that maybe after we're done with then we can like do that and just like so just go through.
Okay, awesome. So we found a repo, like a very thorough breakdown of things. We could do a walkthrough, or we could like use that as how would I call this? Uh, I don't know, like maybe based things off of that, and just like showcase that in action. What do you suggest, Manu?
Um, yeah, but I think we do that. I think that will also as much
Okay,
as like
awesome.
everyone is like following through.
Yeah, that makes sense. So do you want to share your screen for this part?
I am having some issues on my end. Sure, I don't know what's wrong.
Try sharing again. Let me see.
Um, for some reason, it just keeps loading. Like we share your screen stuff, just keeps loading on my
Oh,
end. I don't know why. Yeah,
it's weird.
really weird. Um,
So let us know in the comments if you've been following so far. What do you think of like CSS frameworks? Which ones do you use? I doubt anybody still uses Bootstrap, but building Bootstrap is actually a way to sort of like see into what CSS frameworks are like, because I don't know, it's like super fun, and it sort of like shows you how powerful, or how like you can actually just like make your own and just like call certain like class names or something, like you would if you were writing them on CSS, but like certain rules now guiding you are like, oh, this is how you should write the classes. You should probably write some block of code here to allow any kind of class to pass, so that you're not like I don't know, you're not having to write every line of code. Maybe for example, you wanted to create a text that with the color of blue, you probably have to kind of declare that no, that's too much work. You can just like I don't know, write that kind of for loop that I mentioned, and you just look over it and have each color like we saw in the article. It just like takes that blue color and it understands what blue is because you've created like a I don't know some pre-written variables somewhere that can like just that it can just reference and stuff. So yeah yeah, so we're going to be working with a framework a proof of concept used by somebody called the Dev Drawer. Shout out to him. He has like a YouTube channel and I can like check out a really good guy. So I'm dropping his repo in the comments so in case you want to follow along. Um, a really great repo. The Dev Drawer has like this great YouTube channel where he showcased building his own CSS framework and using SAS as well. So yeah, let's let me open up my VS Code and share my screen. Visual Studio Code. First, let me create this project. And let me just share my screen right away. One sec. One sec. Let me know when you can see my screen. So make directory. Make directory. Let's call it CSS framework. Yep. And we can just I cannot see it to CSS framework. And some reason my code dots doesn't work when I try it. So I'm just going to try to open that folder. I have too many screenshots. CSS framework should be up here. CSS framework right there. So here we're just going to like so I and Emmanuel will be like collaborating to show you the things that involved setting up your own CSS from scratch. So like I said, we're going to be working with a repo by somebody called Dev Drawer, has a great YouTube channel, and you can go watch it as well if you want to like I don't know, follow along building it from scratch. I'll share my screen to that real quick. So already CSS in the slide info. Nice little folder called CSS, and you can see the source code here. So now you can see the uh underscore before each name for each style sheet in there, and each one of them having like pre-written source code. One sec for the file. Great. So if you've written CSS, if you've written SAS a lot, you probably know that having a file name what screen am I sharing? Okay, I'm sharing this. Having your file name prefixed with like an underscore means that it's a partial. And partials are like lighter and stuff. And if you have a partial, it means that you plan to import it somewhere else. So I'm guessing there's like an yeah, exactly. So I imported all these files. And then from here and with the fonts as well. And then from here you can then get to use those styles as you want, because this was like compiled to style domain the CSS. Yep, was compiled here, so you can actually get to use the CSS directly. And do you get to import though? It doesn't look like you do
Yeah,
import
Toby.
it.
Sorry, I was trying to fix the issue with
Yeah, no problem. It's cool. Yeah,
so
can just
what are you
continue.
working on
And
now?
so I was just showing like some parts of this code base, and I created a VS code. Sorry, what was I saying? I created a folder for us to work with, and like
Okay.
basically try to rebuild uh the dev drawer has done. I give a shout out to him because Ryzen is really cool and stuff. And I
Okay.
said yeah, I said we're basically going to like try to walk through his code and then show people uh how to rebuild that themselves.
Cool, cool. Yeah.
So can you share your screen now?
I'm still unable to share my screen, so I tried to like leave the studio and rejoin, but I'm still having the same issue. So I'll just follow along with what you have.
Okay, great. So let me share you the uh live server link, live share rather. So I just send the link to the live share in the chat.
Okay, yeah. So
So I already sent the link to the chat.
So we are there. Yes.
Yeah, I'm still here. Have you been able to join?
Oh, okay, yeah, I think you just created a folder in CSS framework, right? That's what you have there.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think I'm fine.
yeah. Cool, cool, cool. So can just continue, I guess, from there.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Um, yeah. So let me do a walkthrough of what the dev drawer built, and then we can try to like recreate that and get it up and running. How does that sound?
yeah. That sounds awesome.
Okay, great. So you might remember, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we're here to respond to the best of our knowledge combined. I guess our knowledge combined should be like, I don't know, maybe a senior dev, or maybe more than a senior dev. I don't know, but like we'll be able to answer our questions at least to the best of our knowledge combined. And
Yeah,
yeah, thank you for being here and watching the stream this very early. I'm guessing you have something better to do, but thank you for the support. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
And I think the comments also kind of like makes it more interactive. Fun.
yeah, feel free to drop something in the comments so that we can
Yeah,
like
go on.
respond. And yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear, I can hear.
No, I thought there was a lag there. So
Yeah.
yeah, so like I was saying, in the style of CSS, they had some pre-written styles as well. Trying to figure out if this is a reset. No, these are like actual styles. So like this container fluid, so you can actually apply the containers class to your elements. Hidden LG up. Um,
Mhm.
I'm guessing this is a media query. Yeah, this is a media query for yeah, these are like media queries for like this class. When used. Well, I think I get it. So they wrote all the media queries for some certain classes here as like separate screen sizes. That makes sense. Um row column 8. So you can apply
Why are you
these two together
setting?
and just what'd you say?
Why are you setting? I saw like displaying on somewhere.
Yeah, I guess so that the display none persists, but it's like mobile first from what I can tell here. Oh wait, am I tripping? Is this actually mobile first? Max width. Yeah,
I
this
think it's
is this is
unit.
mobile first.
There's max that there's unit.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay, okay. So between this screen and this screen, still I don't know. I'm curious why that decision was made. It's a weird thing to do. Let's see. Do we have any display? So they actually didn't write any display classes here. These are more like Emmanuel, there's some noise coming from
Yeah, I
your end.
think. Oh, I think you should. You can. Oh, you said there's noise coming from my end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Give me a minute.
So they have like this pre-written classes here. Try to see okay, we have container fluid here actually. This is like general, um and small. Yeah, this is for the
Is it
element
better now?
small. Yeah, it's actually better now. Um
Okay, cool.
yeah, you were saying something.
I feel like the grade. You said you wanted to like see the display. I think you can check the grade. Like
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
grade. Yeah, partial grade.
Yeah, but like, is there anything
Or is it
such
just for
as,
only
yeah, it's just grid stuff.
language?
Yeah, it's just grid stuff. Create column classes. So they have like this mixing here. Mm. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I think this style of CSS has like its own CSS files too. Its own CSS declarations as well. Declaration blocks that they've written here to just capture some other styles as well. So, for example, this text
Yeah,
right, it wasn't written anywhere else.
because
So,
I
in
think
case you want to
the
use text right, you just use it directly as
yeah
CSS. So, you just write text right.
as normal CSS. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the what's it called the style the CSS. This is like the output file. So whatever it is I've been writing in all those the SAS files, the SS files, all of them are going to like this is where all of them are going to be compiled with the style of CSS. So whatever
yeah,
it is that
exactly.
you have here is what you can be able to use here.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that. Sorry about that. So there's a column, yeah, column, for interesting grid row, but it's called flex row one, flex direction left margin. So how does this call work? So you just like write it there, I'm guessing. And so did I use it anywhere else? 174 places. I guess, how should I look for this? Okay. Oh, I see. So now they have all this call one, call two, call three, call four. So just like row, then the amount of columns you want for a row. Isn't that weird though? Do we do that
Yeah,
in CSS? Then
yeah.
there's
I
like
think these are
column
just different
SM1.
layouts.
Yeah, yeah, layouts things, yeah. I mean, what he built here was like building. I think he rebuilt Bootstrap. Yeah, exactly. So I'm guessing this is how Bootstrap has it. Uh, we can actually check though instead of guessing. But I guess this is how they define their classes in Bootstrap, and it's just like recreating that with like capturing flex spaces
Yeah.
and also margins and stuff. This is very detailed though, and it's making sure to use more of like responsive classes. I mean, instead of responsive units rather, or instead of like using absolute units like pixels or
Units,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, using like
Yeah,
percentages. I'm
most
seeing a lot of rems.
if you are doing if you are doing something like this, I think it makes more sense to use uh RUN names or yeah or units instead of using like fixed
Yeah, I agree with you.
units pixels. Yeah.
So I think this makes sense. Yeah, but let's get down to it. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to share my VS Code. You have access, right?
Yeah, let me check. I think that's super.
Oh, it turns out you can't actually share only VS Code. Isn't that weird? So yeah, let's just share the entire screen then.
That's when you can share it like as a window.
So how does this look? Oh, I can share it as a window.
Yeah,
I didn't see the option there though. Um,
like we
yeah,
have
but like the only window.
window and then dash.
Yeah, but like the window I see there is just my
You have to
StreamYard
have
tab.
this.
I don't. I mean, my Chrome window rather. I don't see. I don't see VS Code here unless I share my entire screen. That's a weird option though.
Okay. But like, just curious, is your VS Code open? Like, are you?
Yeah, it's open. Yeah,
That's weird. But you can just show your entire screen too. So that's not going to be a problem.
you try sharing your screen again. Let's see if it will work this time.
Still the same. Still loading.
That's weird though. Unless you are preventing
Yeah, I
permissions or
don't think
something
it's the
in your
network,
browser.
cause
Okay, let me
yeah,
just
I checked. I checked it.
yeah, let me share my screen, I guess. I just need a way to keep this here, so that I don't get to share my VS Code all the time. I need to structure this well. Okay, cool. So I guess I can share my entire screen now. Share my entire screen. Yeah, can share my screen, right?
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. So let's get down to it, I guess. Create the HTML file. Okay, so then you can go ahead and create other files, and you can like probably walk us through, and I'll keep sharing my screen and following along. Can you hear me? I'm muted.
Okay, me too. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool, cool,
I'm
cool.
just trying to like check.
Okay.
So are we like doing like are we keeping like the same structure as what we have in the repo?
I guess we could improvise or could change anything that we need to change. But first, let me get that extension and see if I have that extension. I think the name is what's the name of the extension again? If you get it for me. I don't share the stream screen. I can just get SAS. Let me put SAS.
Any live SAS compiler? Yeah.
Okay. Is it SASS? Okay, I found this one is this is the one I see. It's deprecated. The one by Retweet Day. There's another one though by Glenn Marks. The Retweet Day one is deprecated for some reason.
I feel like the conditional setup that needs to
Oh,
be
so I think
updated.
Retweet Day is no longer maintaining the original work. So he released his own that is based on top of Retweet Days. Okay, I see. Okay, also you guys should like donate to the project and help them out. The outlined commitment here. It's crazy how so many people give up their free time just to build cool stuff that we get to use for free.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's why we promote
Ha-
open source. Yeah, and it's not easy. I mean, people think
It's
it's
not.
yeah, it's not easy.
Um, so
In
he's
as
saying
much as
about
they have fun building it, still their time regardless. Yeah, so he said
he's saying something about
you have to customize. What am I saying?
click to watch my SAS. I don't have that in my status bar yet. So I
I
can
think
just
you have
press
to
live SAS.
refresh your.
I think I can just do this like live SAS. watch my SaaS or something.
Watch us. You did
Oh, there's
without.
a button to watch.
There's a watch SAS
Uh,
down. Yeah, I think.
yeah, I already clicked it now. Oh, see this, yeah, watch SaaS, yeah. So it's watching my SaaS now. We have that running. That was easy to set up. So we can just come here and be checking outputs for that. So yeah, Emmanuel, you can like walk us through like maybe installation of SaaS and then maybe setting things up. Yeah.
Um, so I think, let's see, just 8 minutes. So I can see from the repo, we need to like create another folder. So the folder I've had that has like the partial styles files that we're adding to we adding to this. So
Yeah, okay,
we need to
awesome.
create a new folder. Um, we'll call this S.
Okay, let me just follow you.
Right.
How do I follow somebody? I'm already following.
So you can also have a style.css. So this is where the outputs, our final CSS outputs will be coming into.
Okay, awesome.
And yeah, and then for the SCSC, there is like also a style file, right, where we're going to like be importing. So we import all the
Yeah,
partial SCSC that we have, and then to this before taking it to the style.css. So we have style CSS. Mm, yeah, and before we start creating the partial files, I think we can just do like a walkthrough on the installation. Let's see. Um, I don't know if you can go to the docs because I can't share. So maybe you can go to like the can open this as docs
so
where
just announcing to people in the comments. By 9, I have to leave. I have to leave the stream because I need to like be somewhere. So we may have to end the stream by 9. So that's like 19 minutes or something from now. But we'll try to get to a considerable place as quick as we can. Yeah. So overview. Don't know if you can see my screen. How do you set up SaaS? And then
yeah.
it's
So I
been a
think
while
I
I've been
can
on that
scroll
docs.
up, go to like the go to the top. You
And stuff.
see install, yeah. So on
Yeah, it's
that file you
beautiful,
can
Ruby.
see,
It's awesome.
yeah, so you can see like the command. So they're like application, okay, applications and like command line. So I'm more interested with the command line. So we're going to copy this command npm install. Just a simple command.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
I think the G is like global. Yeah, just make sure to
Yeah.
do a global solution. Okay, so I think you have to do that on your end because I can't access terminal.
So you actually can.
You can just because I tried, it
No,
wasn't.
it doesn't. It has installed. I think I already had SaaS. Maybe I already had SaaS.
Oh, you already had it. Oh, and just did
I
like
think so.
updating. Okay, cool, cool. So we already have that. So and there's no need to like use it this command to run since we already have like an extension that
Yeah.
does the yeah. So just let's go back to this. So on the repo, you can see. I mean before we jump into adding the SCSC, I mean the SAS files, they are like in the styles of CSS, they are like base styles that we're like creating. So like when you have your container page, so these ones are like the ones you don't want to like put. You just want to like put them directly here, right? Basically,
Mm-hmm.
inside your style of
Mm-hmm.
CSS.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we can just grab some of this. So you can add yours by the way. It's not limited to this. It's not limited to this one that we have on the repo. You can definitely add yours based on what you want and what you're trying to build. So yeah, so we have this uh yeah, check check the right.
I
Yeah.
think we are.
So I'm not really clear on this. What's it called? Like on the we're able to the responsiveness hidden.
So what'd you say?
We'll come back to
Oh,
that.
the response.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're talking about the like responsiveness eating thing.
Yeah. But I'll just come back to that. Let's first of all add let's first of
Mm-hmm.
all add these ones. So let's see that. Mm, okay. Background for the style type. Mm,
Are you
okay.
writing
I'll grab
anything now? Because
this.
I can't see. Okay, okay.
No, I'm on the GitHub.
Oh, okay.
So I just saw a file now. Alert.
Mm-hmm.
Um so my first thought is like what's it called? Like a button variant, something like that. But I'm trying to see if
And I
this
think it's for
is
like maybe if you have like an alert UI kind of thing that you want to work on. I mean like an alert. I wanted to say components, but it's not component. I would say more like an alert element. Um, with like predefined UI. I can just like call that or something. So
okay.
if you apply the alerts to it, it's just have that kind of maybe pop-up kind of
Oh yeah, I get.
like toaster kind of look or something.
Oh yeah, I think I get. So if you have like so this could be like specified to a certain I don't know component or
Mm-hmm.
something you have in mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and you're trying to
It's
yeah,
just
it makes sense.
that bootstrap vibe. So they already predefined
Yeah,
opinionated styles for you. I think the fun part about bootstrap is that you can just write your own CSS to modify it. Like even if they have like some
mm-hmm.
predefined styles, you can just write additional styles to like modify it. So this is compiling to us
Yeah,
in styles of CSS the map. Yeah. So you can see in real time everything you just
yeah.
wrote.
down here, right?
No, in this file actually.
Is it,
Oh, where is it
is
compiling
it
to?
just on my
It's
end?
compiling to. Oh, it generated this file and this file for us. Oh, this 1000 CSS. Just reading. It's not really compiled. I'm not seeing any CSS being written.
So
But let's go on.
it's not compiling. That's what I'm saying. But is it showing on the output? Like, because I can't see the terminal, like the output terminal.
No, it's not. I don't think it's supposed to show. It's just supposed to tell us that it generated this file.
It's
It's telling us that it generated two files though,
um,
like in the output.
okay.
Just to be sure, did we have to create this style.css or was it supposed to create it for us? Oh
Or
yeah, we
was it
had to.
supposed to do it? But wait, what were the two files it created for us?
I created
What file and
style.css.map and style.css.
okay, start the CSS done now. Oh, I can't even see it on my end. I can't. I think it's the live share connection is kind of because
Oh
I'm not
okay.
seeing. I can only see start the CSS. Yeah.
Oh I get. Makes sense.
Oh, I can see it now. Okay. Start CSS. Start the CSS done now. Okay. Let's just continue. I think but if you have this start the CSS, uh, is that gonna make this one like redundant?
Uh no, in the one on
I'm not sure.
um in the one on the repo as well, they
This
have a
one.
style dot. Oh, they have a style.sas, not a style.css. Then they have a style.css in
Yeah.
like the root folder.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that makes sense. That means this may be the compiled CSS then. But ease doesn't work like retweak days because retweak days is probably like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because retweak days is what's it called? It's deprecated. So I think ease works a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just read through the extension stuff real quick. So it says
But let's.
by default partial so installation. So we just install that. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it didn't. There was no note about whether or not, but there's a YouTube video though. Um, just go to his docs, I guess. Um, uh, what was I looking for? Installation. Okay, installation is here. I'm not sure we're doing anything wrong though. Yeah, I'm not sure we're doing anything wrong at the moment. Let's just keep writing the styles and then we can probably figure out why it's not working later.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. So I do think this one is like going to be the actual output though. The way I'm seeing it. So basically, what we have here is like, mm, let's see. Okay, where style type coming from? Style type to be defined. So this is like a for loop. kind of vibe. So you are looking through a defined key variable, key value variable. Let me see. It should be a style type defined somewhere. Style type.
What are you referring to? The style type.
Yeah. Or is this? I don't think this is. Uh,
Yeah, I'm talking about the
I don't
alerts
think this
file.
is. Yeah. That type. Okay. There's muted or light. So that changes the color. Okay. Let's check
No, so
another
there's like
file.
there's like different kinds of alerts. So there's alert primary, I think alert secondary, alert success, alert danger.
Yeah.
Um, so from what I see on my
I
screen
think
here,
this. Yeah.
yeah, you were saying.
I'm trying to find where. Yeah, I was trying to find where the style type was coming from. Like the variable.
I
If
think
there's a variable.
it's in variables the SAS file.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So we need to define the variable first. Um, variable. Let's see.
You saying something? I can't hear you. You're saying something. Are you saying something? Or am I off the stream? Oh, you're frozen, Emmanuel. Don't know if you can hear us. I think this stream is going to have a part two from the looks of things. Um, if you were late to the stream, you probably and if you're late to the stream and you just saw us like writing code, you can just like I don't know rewind and go back to the beginning. We did like a deep dive into like CSS frameworks in general rather talked about CSS preprocessors, and then we showed some couple of nice features that SAS had. Also went deep into talking about uh what else did we talk about? We saw like Mint UI, a very nice framework that somebody built as a POC to them to like show what's the process, what it would be like to create like a mini tailwind kind of thing. Can I just drop a link to that down here? In case anybody wants to check it out. I can check out Mint UI. Also dropped a few links to setting up your own. Don't know why the retweet they although from the VS Code, although from the VS Code's official website, yeah, it's deprecated. I don't know why it still says install on there. I think that was what misled us. So yeah, this was an amazing stream. I need to like um move out in a bit. So we created this stream just to like set the I don't know the vibe for us building an actual CSS framework. if you've been following so far, you saw us creating what else? What did we create? Setting up a project, writing a few predefined styles. We didn't write any CSS reset files, but that's something you would need to have in like your own framework. We would put that as well. So maybe a couple of like margin resets and a couple of element resets. I don't know if you've seen this experience, but when you install something like Tailwind, for example, you tend to see that some elements lose their default styles, and it gives you like a fresh element to work with. With all the accessibility, you know, sweetness preserved for you. So you just like work with the fresh elements that you can just write your own styles for, um, and everything like that. So author your own styles. I don't know. I think some styles from user style sheets and user agent style sheet are still preserved. I'm not exactly clear on that, but I think some, like just a few, are still preserved. That you can just like inherit or something like that. Um, but I know with CSS frameworks, they do strip out like certain um, CSS predefinitions. Yeah. So yeah, Emmanuel is back. So Emmanuel, I don't know if you can hear me. I was
Yeah.
talking about like I don't know if you have and doing a part two or something.
Oh, yeah, definitely. My network today has not been the
You're
best.
muted.
Am I? Can you hear me? I don't think I'm muted. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So I said my network got kicked out there. I was trying to, I don't know what tripped off my network.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
sorry.
said something about doing, yeah,
Yeah, I
you
said
said
we'd
something
like
about doing like
part two to like finish things up.
oh, okay. Yeah, it's 9 already. 9
Mm.
a.m. already.
Yeah, I like your hard stuff.
Uh,
I like or
yeah.
you could continue the stream if you think it's a good idea, but I'll just be like unavailable.
The-
Or let's do it next week.
Yeah, I think I would have done that, but like with the issues I'm having, I can't share, so I still can't share,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah,
it'll be
it's kind
quite
of like
difficult for me to like,
yeah, that
yeah.
makes sense. I guess next week then,
Mhm.
if you're following the comments, you're awesome. Uh, it's just a few things we need to
Yeah.
in to like get everything working. But if you follow like for the first 1 hour that we did, you probably saw us doing the setup and walking you through the mental model of the framework and how frameworks work, CSS frameworks work, and preprocessors in general. But yeah, I think for me, I'll be signing out now. So I'll catch you next week,
Yeah.
and
You
then
shared the link. You shared the link to sorry, Toby. Did you share the link to like the articles and the GitHub?
yes, just the GitHub. The link to the article is also in the comments now. In case you want to catch that.
Okay.
I think this thing only posts to YouTube though. I need to find a way to put it on Twitter and LinkedIn as well. But yeah, I just showed the link on the channel. Can just check actual attributes, relevant CSS framework.
Okay.
So
Cool, cool, cool.
yeah. So by next week, I will definitely just continue
Uh,
from where we stopped and build out the framework. Hi, Manu.
mhm. Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining. It's been great, even though we have to cut this one quite early, but yeah, still good. We had a long one last week, so it's still coming on this week to still
Yeah.
go over and over. Yeah, it's still not very bad. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on, guys. Really appreciate, and yeah, you guys are the best. And hopefully
Yeah,
next week we get to like finish up what we started. Yeah.
definitely.
So
All right.
yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We
Yeah,
appreciate you. Bye, everyone.
yeah. 100. Bye.